Question 11. Right angles. The angles below form square corners and are called right angles. Can you see that this arm and this arm form a perfect square corner? Also, this arm is standing directly upright on the bottom arm. This is called a right angle. This angle here is also a right angle. This arm and this arm form a perfect square corner, and it is therefore a right angle. When two lines form a right angle, the lines are perpendicular to one another. So this line is perpendicular to that line, and this line is perpendicular to that line. Number 2. Which angles are right angles? Now remember, right angles form square corners. If we look at A, the angle formed here is not square, therefore this is not a right angle. For B, this arm is standing directly up on that arm. Do you see that the two form a square corner? Therefore B is a right angle. If we look at C, do you see that this arm is lying closer to this arm? These do not form right angles. For D, this arm is directly upright on that arm. It forms a square corner. Therefore, D is a right angle. And lastly, for E, even though this is upside down, these two arms are perpendicular to one another, or they form a square corner. Therefore, E is also a right angle. Use what you have learned to complete 2 by yourself now. Number 3. Mark each right angle in the square and rectangle below. The first one has been done for you. If we look at our square, do you see that this side and that side forms a right angle? There's another right angle, another right angle, and another right angle. So a square has got 4 right angles. For B, I'm going to do the first one for you in this rectangle. There's a right angle. You can fill in the rest by yourself. Press pause to complete 3 now. Let's continue. This is supposed to be 4, and that is 5. True or false? A square has 4 right angles. As we could see from this diagram, this is true. All squares have 4 right angles. For B, a rectangle has 4 right angles. You should have filled those in there. And we can see that a rectangle also has 4 right angles. So this is true. Press pause to complete this question by yourself. Let's continue. Mark each right angle where possible in the shapes below. If we look at A, this is a circle. It has one curved side. So a circle does not have any right angles, let alone a right angle. So we are going to mark nothing here. For B, is that a right angle? No, it does not form a square corner. Is this a right angle? Yes, that forms a perfect square corner. And this last angle here, is that a right angle? No, it forms no square corner. Press pause to complete all of 5, marking these angles by yourself now. Let's continue. For A, which shapes have 0 right angles? Before we answer this, I'm just going to mark the right angles in C and D, and you can check your work. That's a right angle, and that's a right angle. These are not right angles, and for D, that's not a right angle, that's not a right angle, but the 2 at the bottom are. That's a perfect square corner or a right angle, and that too. So for A, which shapes have 0 right angles? The only answer there is A. For B, which shapes have 2 right angles? B only has 1, but C and D have 2. So C and D. Make sure you have filled this in correctly in your workbook.